lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
Hello and welcome to the Racers Elite Next-Gen Series Season 5 opener here from Kansas Speedway, where we will see these guys go door to door for a brand new season, for a brand new championship, and I am looking forward to this. I am Jordan Brockell here with Sim Racing Media, and joining me tonight is none other than Mr. Alan Bergen himself. Alan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Jordan. I'm happy to be here filling in for Dave. He's on assignment tonight, but nonetheless, Kansas is not my strong suit. So when Dave said, "Hey, can you do a thing for me tonight?" I'm like, "Absolutely, of course." But nonetheless, we got 27 cars signed into the pit area doing qualifying right now. John Ross is definitely on the pole with a 30.92 on this. Sitting on the pole, but nonetheless, a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces in new places. So, without further ado, Jordan, let's get season 5 underway.
Yeah, looking here tonight, we're at 74 degrees in the air, 75, just bumped up to 75 as I went to say that. And the track temperature is actually matching that to 75 degrees as well. So these things are going to be gripped up, going to have great traction tonight, as they're not going to be as slick with being a hotter temperature. So we're going to see these guys trying multiple different lanes. We're going to see these guys working hard for every position, and certainly going to be interesting to watch to see how every bit of this plays out. we're going to go ahead and go over our starting grid here for tonight. Mr. John Ross is going to start off the pole with Brendan Wilcox to his outside in P2. Brandon Honeycutt and William Skinner are going to be row number 2. Chantel Pottle going to be in the number 5 spot with Andrew Teff to their outside. Robert Tester and Lee Campbell going to be in row number 4. Diego Rodriguez and Truth Hoke going to be in row number 5. Matt Mettler and Leroy Coblentz is going to be in row 6. Row 7 is going to be Eric Dodd and Dave Mayberry, followed by Dennis Kane and Dale Prokop. I did not get a enunciation on that name, so Dale, I'm going to have to get with you for that one, definitely. Kirby Wainscott and Paul Shaw are going to be in row number 9. Aaron Marquis and Nicholas Falsetta going to be in row number 10. Richard Odie and Troy Thomas going to be in row number 11. Row number 12 is going to be Shay Cox and Ed Jurgen, which I'm looking for Ed Jurgen to make a little bit of a bump back from there. He was powerful towards the end of that season, season 4, but none other than that. Rob Yost Jr. and Dwayne McMahon going to start or round out this field tonight, and certainly I'm hoping that our man Rob Yost is feeling better. Had to hop out of the car this past week in the truck series with an illness, but none other than it's good to see him none other here tonight. So we're going to see if we can find John Ross here somewhere. A lot of new faces, a lot of new people in new places. So going to be a little tricky to find him, but I've got him right here. We're going to bring him on up. John Ross, it's the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother. Just wanted to get a quick chat before you go green. I mean, you put it on the pole. What's going to take tonight?
Patience. I think it's tire savings and patience tonight. Hitting your line, staying out of the wall, trying to save a little bit of fuel and come in. I think we're going to try about every 35 laps to come in and do a pit stop.
All right, brother. Well, we want to wish you luck there for that. And which team am I sending you back to again?
Sim Motion.
All right, brother. Well, good luck tonight, and go get her.
Thank you.
So how to do a quick one there is it's only one lap to green here, as we're going to see these guys roll towards this start.
Yeah.
Ready? Seemed like it wanted to open something else. We are green here for season number 5 at Kansas Speedway.
John Ross out to that early lead there, and Brendan Wilcox right behind him in that 26 car. But nonetheless, here comes William Skinner. Skinner running P3. Another driver, a new place. Sporting that number 8 car as he was the number 9 car, Mountain Dew car last year.
Yeah, I feel like you can't pull the Skinner that Dave Regal does, because you kind of delivered it like Skinner. You gotta be like him, Skinner. You gotta give it. You gotta have it. You gotta bring it from the gullet.
I gotta put some gut behind it, right?
Gotta put some oomph behind it. But John Ross out to about a half-second lead already here with Brendan Wilcox running second. William Skinner and Brandon Honeycutt fighting each other for that third and last podium spot right here, as we only are on lap 3 of 105 here tonight. And I mean, it's just great to see these guys back out here again for another season, as I absolutely love this Racers Elite Next Gen series. It's one of my favorites, simply because this car is not easy, and I mean, anyone can shine at any moment. It looks like the 06 grabs a little bit of the wall there, and we're going to see that quite a bit tonight, as these guys are going to try to work on that upper and lower line. And as you work that upper line, it's going to be a who is that? That is Robert Tester in the number 89 machine, and he's going to collect, looks like Rob Yost and a handful of others. Nicholas Falsetta, the 27 machine. Dwayne McMahon might have gotten in it. Eric Dodd's in it. Everybody's in that.
Tough break for the 89 car of Robert Tester. As he's going to use a fast repair early. Remember, they get one fast repair in the series. And, well, we're used to seeing me in the 89 car using a fast repair, so.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of help there.
Just like Post Malone, he had some help, right?
Oh my god, don't do that. He said, I'm Post Malone. I had some help. So see what happened here. Looks like him and Diego Rodriguez just went for the same spot there. And, you know, he tried to hold on to it, and it just didn't work. And, you know, poor Eric Dodd coming through there. Nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. He was already riding on that high line. As you see him just kind of get stuck. Not really anywhere at all for him to go.
No, absolutely not. As we're getting ready to come back out to the live picture here.
Well, we're going to take one more shot here at the 87 machine, smacking that. And, I mean, that's not a fun feeling whatsoever.
No, especially when you come into the caution late like that. But nonetheless, here we are, lap number 6 of 105. John Ross in control of the field with Brendan Wilcox running P2 at the moment here. You know, another one of those drivers in the field tonight who has a different number. Lee Campbell in that number 60 car, paying homage to, there you go, to the RFK stable.
Yeah, and I can't wait till maybe possibly working with you on a Tuesday night, just by chance, because he races the Smuckers car. And I was like, why hasn't Reese ever done a peanut butter and jelly Reese's? And I still don't have an answer.
I don't know, but my goodness. Here's something for you to try. Reese's peanut butter animal crackers.
Nope. Chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Allergic. Yeah, it's one of the most unfortunate allergies there is, and I get a lot of bullying for it.
Well, not on this show, you don't.
Not from you, but certainly others who love to kind of poke fun at me for being allergic to chocolate.
Well, I tell you what, this 44 car John Ross, he's gonna definitely be allergic to Brendan Wilcox when we go back to greens. He's gonna try to get that whole shot.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I would say on the other hand is John Ross isn't certainly allergic to this lead because he hasn't given it up yet. And I mean, I feel like he's just going to go ahead and take it back once we go green again because he fires off really well on that first restart. So look for him to do it again, as he looks like he's going to be to the outside by chance here.
Well, next week, you know, we go from 1.5 miles to next week we're going to be on a very large Talladega Super Speedway as we go speedway racing, and that's when I'll make my season debut here in the Cup Series. And there may or may not be either a Dallas Cowboys game or a Waffle House game.
If it's a Dallas Cowboys, I'm asking Andrew if I can sign up just so I can take you out.
Well, at least buy me dinner first.
I ain't buying you nothing. Not, especially not as a Dallas Cowboys fan. I ain't buying you nothing. Dave only gets away with it because he's pretty. But certainly getting ready to come back here to this green flag, and honestly, I'm looking for Brendan Wilcox to really try to stick to that inside door of the number 44 machine of John Ross. And I mean, he can do it. I believe in that he can do it. It's just he's got to time this perfectly so that he can actually leave when John Ross does. And again, that's easier said than done. So pace car makes that hard left turn. Going to give the reins over to John Ross, and John Ross is going to go ahead and fire off and head off towards turn one with Brendan Wilcox jumping to that high side as soon as he gets past the line. And it seems like this high side is where a lot of these guys want to be, so you can get that really big arc. You see John Ross go from the top line all the way down to that bottom line. And, you know, these other guys are staying up there at the top. And I think that's what's helping John Ross is the fact that he can run such a massive arc in the corner.
Well, just as soon as we go green, we go under caution for the second time tonight. And this one involving Nicholas Falsetta.
Oh, and it looks like the 20 of Rodriguez involved as well. Again, just getting a nose there under the 27 machine there.
Well, Nicholas Falsetta definitely had some help, so.
Oh, here he goes again. Trying to see Diego Rodriguez. You see, oh, it looks like 27 had a little bit of a blip in the throttle there. And that just, you know, Diego was not able to fully react to that.
You know, things happen so quickly on this racetrack. And
yeah, you can see right here, he's even and even, like they're right there. And then you see 27 just have a little bit of a checkup. And then, I mean, there's nothing Diego Rodriguez could have done there by any means.
definitely. Well, here we are under caution for the second time here tonight. The iRacing.com pace car makes its second appearance of the season. Looks like we got 3 cars down pit road. Richard Odie and Troy Thomas and Rob Yost Jr. Here we are back at the front of the field, though. All eyes right now are on John Ross and a new racer to the Nextgen series, and that is Chantel Pottle, who does race control on Tuesday nights for Racers Elite. And you know, Jordan, I always make the joke in race chat that I always make the joke in race control that I'm always gonna make the race controller work for their money.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just let them go free. You know, they've got to actually work for that money. I mean, they might have to make a difficult decision, but I mean, it's better to make them work for it at least.
Working lap number 12, and already 2 cautions for tonight. 4 cause. Robert Tester is down 2 laps already, so he's gonna need a couple cautions to get back up there on the lead lap. And another driver I want to point out who has changed numbers, maybe, and that is well, that's Rob Yost Jr., who was in the 00 car in the Truck Series last year, who now comes over and takes over to 83. So kind of glad that he took over the 83. I got my 00 back.
Yeah, I mean, 00, because that's the amount of wins that you have in your lifetime. So
actually, I have 14.
14. I mean, how many cars were registered? 2.
No.
You know I gotta poke fun at you, man.
I know.
But none other than that, I mean, I haven't really been able to see fully what John Ross has been capable to do, just simply because, I mean, everything's been kind of quick and he hasn't been able to get a good run. So we're gonna see now what he could make up and go off of.
Absolutely, as we get ready to come back to green flag racing here on lap number 13. The iRacing.com pace car is going to make that hard left turn, giving the field over to John Ross and Brendan Wilcox. iRacing.com makes a hard left turn. John Ross coming to the Geico restart zone on the button, and we are green flag racing here on lap number 13 from Kansas.
Yeah, you see John Ross able to get up to that high line and march it all the way down to that low line and make it stick. And the thing is with him being able to just sit outside and run that line, I mean, he's able to cover the entirety of the track on his own.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that last year with Brendan Wilcox. You know, this is one of the more competitive series in the Racers Elite Family Racing. As you know, Chantal Pottle is up there running third. She is really just getting after it out here tonight. And William Skinner having a pretty good run. Not had the season 4 was not the season that he hoped for.
No, and as always, you see Brandon Honeycutt in the phrase
Ooh,
Truth Hope grabs the wall.
I was just going to say, Truth Hope was to grab the wall. And there's Andrew Tufton at number 98, that familiar Mac at Night paint scheme that everybody loves. It's a fan favorite.
Oh, absolutely. I grew up a Bill Elliott fan, so having any of those Bill Elliott style theme paint schemes is a win in my book. I always liked the Batman one. The McDonald's
that
Batman.
was one of my favorites, too. And I think that was the year that Michael Keaton was actually Batman.
I don't know, you're showing your age a little bit there again.
Yeah. John Ross does the fastest lap of the race so far with a 30.84. And I mean, it's John Ross is going to do John Ross type things tonight and just run away to the field.
I mean, it's very possible that he could, but don't look now. Brendan Wilcox is right there on his rear bumper, and I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he can, do once he gets right up to Ross. It hasn't been easy to pass in a place like this.
Well, a little bit further to field, around the 14th, 15th area, returning driver to the series, Aaron Marquis in that number 41 car. He was here for season 2 and 3. So I came in season 2. But he was here in season 2 and 3, that 41 car. And then back there in 17th, you got Colonel Kirby Wainscott in a finger looking good Toyota Camry.
Yeah,
Right now we're
showing as a solid black car. No, he's showing as a Racers Elite. My apologies. Who is that showing as just a solid black car? It's Robert Tester. The 89 machine is just a solid black machine tonight. Out there running those. He's running that. That what was it? What was it when they used to show up like a week early at Daytona and.
Oh, like a testing car?
Yeah, but it was called like Thunder or something, or
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I forget what it was called, but yeah, it looks like those cars when they were all gray with just a number on it.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, here comes John Ross doing John Ross things. Working lap number 21 of the 105 scheduled to be running here tonight. Truth Hook running top 5 right now in at number 55 to double nickel. He's having a good run, even though he caught a little bit of the wall earlier. But he still managed to keep all the body panels straight in that number 55 Wrangler Chevrolet. And I don't know how he does it. That red just looks so darn good.
Yeah, and I mean, you should have seen on Tuesday. We were about to say that, you know, Blair Holloman and Andrew Taft's going to start off the season like they were ending the season on the front row. And I mean, with 3 seconds left in the qualifying session, Truth Hook comes through and absolutely demolishes Blair Holloman's time to steal away the top spot and start on the pole. So, I mean, he's certainly riding a wave of momentum right now. And it's going to be interesting to watch him through this season. He's definitely found a new drive here in each of these series.
Absolutely, and you know, he's one of those guys that just had a string of bad luck last year. And so we want to point out one of our new drivers, Dale. And I'm not even going to try the last name. We'll just say doing it for Dale there in that number 9 car.
The pro cop. Professional cop. Valiquet. I'm not sure how to say it, but I'm definitely going to have to get with him on that pronunciation there. But, yeah, another new face in the number 9 machine, replacing Skinner in that number 9 machine, with Skinner changing over to the number 8, running that Looney Tunes classic. You know, I have one of those die-cast of Looney Tunes, and I always wanted both Jeff and Jimmy Johnson's, and I always forget about it until I see it on this simulator.
Well, we're running 8th right now, and at number 311, the Excitables. That is Matt Metler, teammate here on Sunday night. You can catch him and Dave Regal, and we're praying for Matt in South Florida there. As well, he's hoping not to get disconnected here from the race tonight, as the hurricane is definitely bearing down on him and the residents of Florida.
Here I am, rock you like a hurricane.
Right now it's a Category 4 storm, so.
Well, that doesn't work in the lyrics. But, no, I mean, certainly want to wish everyone that's down there right now getting hit by that, all of the safety and all of the thoughts and prayers that we can. I know exactly firsthand what it feels like. I lost a house in a flood, so I can guarantee it's not a fun time. And it's not a fun time either for Dennis Kane as he drops a position to Shay Cox, and Matt Metler looking to do the inside there. Already again, just about 3 wide out behind with Troy Thomas, Paul Shaw, and it looks like, there he is. We lost Aaron Marquis for a minute.
Yeah, there's Aaron Marquis in that number 41 Chevrolet. Sporting that Bass
gonna
Pro
get stuck
Tracker
on the wall
boats.
there.
Here comes Troy Thomas on the inside of Aaron Marquis, though, and he's going to pass Aaron Marquis for 12th. These guys are going to battle pretty hard there. As up ahead of that, Matt Metler is battling with Dennis Kane and the number 7 car of Shay Cox.
Yeah, another new face in a different place is Troy Thomas in the number 3 machine, was running, I believe, the number 8 towards the end of last season as well. So another new face in a different place, or same face, different place. But it looks like the 25 of Paul Shaw looking to make it 3 wide. We are 3 wide for just a moment. Metler going from the top line to the low line. Dennis Kane may have grabbed the wall there, or maybe even the 7 of Shay Cox.
They were still 3 wide, but here comes Dennis Kane looking underneath the 7 car, Shay Cox. Here comes Troy Thomas.
We got all kinds of things going on right now.
There's too many battles going on, and we can't keep up.
No, not at all. I mean,
And
there's
3 wide again.
battles throughout the entire field, and it includes the race of Brendan Wilcox, currently on the outside of Chantel Pottle in the 06 machine, fighting to get by there. And now he's going to set his sights on William Skinner, just up ahead. Back here,
Can't
Mettler
tell
fighting
Pavel.
the 41 of Aaron Marquis, trying to stay in front of him as he's made, Marquis made his way around Troy Thomas and company. Oh, big slide. The 41 goes to the inside. Paul Shaw is going to pull up and look, cross, and oh my goodness, these guys are scaring the living crap out of me. Going from outside to inside to the middle, and do the hokey pokey and spin yourself around. And it's certainly one of those things that makes you anxious as Troy Thomas looks to get past Lee Campbell on the outside.
Well, just as you say that, the number 29 car, new driver here in the Racers Elite Cup Series, that is Dave Mayberry. Dave Mayberry in that number 29 car looking underneath Paul Shaw. But here comes Lee Campbell in that number 60, the overstock number 60. Getting it done, taking that Ford Dark Horse Mustang to the front of the field. Working the outside line.
That's another driver that's found a new boost in confidence, at least, and he's fighting for top positions. Tuesday we saw him march through the field as the 78 grabs the bottom line apron, shoots up the track a little bit, and that's going to be a scary thing we might see throughout the night. Back up front, Brandon Honeycutt has found his way past both Chantel Truth Hoke and Brendan Wilcox in that short amount of time, and now sets his eyes on the number 8 machine of William Skinner.
Right now, this is a hurricane update. The eye wall is approaching northwestern Florida, there in the Panhandle, and they're about 2 hours out from the hurricane making landfall. Right now, we're on board with Brandon Honeycutt out of Elizabethton, Tennessee.
Switching up to John Ross, who's still in the lead up here. Just wanted to make sure y'all didn't forget about John Ross, who's way out in front of these guys. But right behind is a battle for second place right now, with Honeycutt all over the back end of William Skinner here, trying to find a way through.
Oh no, John Ross isn't in Kansas anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's certainly not in Kansas. He's headed towards Alabama. Greenbow, Alabama. Sorry, Forrest Gump. Honeycutt makes completes that lap in front of Skinner, but still hasn't fully completed the pass here. And it's only a matter of time. And as I say that, it looks like he's going to get clear of that car. And we're going to pop back here to Shay Cox, who's been trying to get around Truth Hoke here for the last couple of laps. I've been watching this battle, and he's just not able to finish the pass. And I mean, that's got to be irritating as time goes on to be stuck behind somebody like that and not really able to work on it.
Right now, working lap number 38. Here is Shay Cox in number 7 car. He's up 14 spots from where he started, but right now the biggest mover of the race, Ed Jurgen in that number 92 car. He's up 18 spots and running 6th position, just ahead of Andrew Tefter in that number 98 car. And running in the top 5 is Ed Jurgens working around Chantel Pottle. One of the only lady in the field here tonight, normally doing race control for Racers Elite on Tuesdays and I believe Wednesdays. And I tell you what, she does a very good job at doing race control. We want to thank her because that is a thankless job. No one signs up for. I'm pretty sure your teacher in elementary school said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Well, I want to do iRacing race control.
I mean, that's the same thing with us. Like, who would have thought we'd be able to do, like, virtual broadcasting, you know what I mean?
So here's the thing with virtual race control, though, right? Is I equate that job to the lost baggage claim at the airport. They're just catching crap all day.
Oh, 100%.
But
I mean, it's
nonetheless,
kind of like how the trash man gets, you know, messed with. But, you know, without that trash man, everybody'd be freaking lost on what to do with all that stuff. So, it's one of those
and that's
things
why I give him a tip.
You give your trash man a tip?
Yeah, on every Christmas I set a box of cookies out there for him.
I thought you meant you gave him, like, an actual cash tip.
Hey, the garbage man loves cookies. What can I say? I mean, at least I'm not like my neighbors who are like throwing like half their house out on the street corner for the garbage man.
What? I don't even know what to say to that. That's just something else. Brendan
My
Wilcox.
neighbors are weirdos.
Brendan Wilcox still trying to fight off Ed Jurgen here, but Ed Jurgen, I told you at the top of the broadcast, Ed Jurgen was going to be able to march through this field and make his way through. And I mean, like you said, he's up 20 positions, starting almost dead end of the field. And I mean, he's going to be a problem for these guys this season. If he can run the full season and, you know, catch a good bit of luck, he's going to be a problem for these guys because he finds his way to the front relatively easily.
Well, as we're watching Brendan Wilcox there in that number 26 car, so next week we go to Dega.
John
Then
Ross
the
is going to
week
come down
after-
pit road. Sorry, I just wanted to call that John Ross came down pit road.
You're
He's
good,
the
you're
first to
good.
jump on that.
So then after Talladega, we're going to the Roval.
Yeah, the Roval
That one's
is,
gonna be fun.
Yeah, the Roval is a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of spots where you can carry a lot of speed, but it's, you know, easy for you to over push it and slide around the corner.
At least we're getting the first road course out of the way early. The first and only. As we are starting pit stops here on lap number 45 and showing Paul Shaw crashed on the live timing. As he is definitely in pit road. He definitely did not crash.
Let's just take a peek to see if it was in fact just him slowing down from pit road. I mean, he could have lost it. Oh, you had to really slow up to get to pit road. Wow. Now that's something new. I've never seen that before.
That's going to bring out the caution. Well, if you're one of those unfortunate drivers on pit road, you are hitting the abort button really quick.
Yeah, what's funny is I don't know how that caused a caution because it said he crashed and then the yellow flag came out a while later. But I don't think anything else had happened on course. We're going to have to just double check there with race control at some point to make sure that's what we're, you know, that's what's going on, because I am baffled. So while this gets all straightened out, we're going to go ahead and take a quick step aside and pay some bills and run some ads, and we'll be back for some more racing here for the Racers Elite Next Gen Series from Kansas on Sim Racing Media. back here for the Racers Elite at Nextgen series here on SRM. I'm Jordan Brackel. He's Alan Bergen. And Alan, we have not had a shortage of insanity, in my opinion, here with this run here. I think my timing and scoring might be a little jazzed. It's showing Paul Shaw in 22nd. But showing Andrew Tefton first. So not entirely sure what is going on with the timing and scoring. We'll certainly try to figure that out as we go. Bouncing up here through the field. It looks like Ed Jurgen is the first car behind the pace car, but it's still scoring everyone in front, you know, from 12. He's scored in 13th. Everyone else is 12th on up is behind him, so I'm not sure what is actually going on right now with timing.
The wave around?
Yeah, but Ed Jurgen was on the lead lap.
Yeah, I remember though, he got caught on pit road when the caution came out.
Oh. I did not realize that. Well, that makes a lot more sense now. As it had me going for a minute. I was like, they were just on the lead lap. This is why I have you, Alan.
In other news, quarter number 1 on Thursday Night Football sets the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants. After 10 minutes of play, the score is 0-0, with 3rd and 18 on the Dallas 48, and the Giants have the ball. By the way, I picked the New York Giants in the weekly football pool.
Yeah, but you're doing it so that you could possibly, you know, get that reverse psychology and get the win for Dallas. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work that way, bud.
No, I'm doing it because $76 is on the line.
$76 to bet against your own team.
And my team. You know what? The only thing that St. Louis and NFL have in common? Absolutely nothing.
Well,
and right now, Andrew Tuff's going to bring the field down to the Geico restart zone, and the inside line's going to get stacked up, and Lee Campbell doesn't take off right away.
Yeah, no, and Andrew Taft's going to run away on that outside line, running a little bit different line than John Ross has. You know, sticking more to the top line there than we've seen others do from that spot. I mean, we have only really been able to see, as it looks like we have a yellow flag out.
Oh.
Oh, and it looks like our pole sitter, John Ross, in some trouble. And, you know, that's what happens when you get stuck in that back. He had to take the wave around, getting stuck under, you know, stuck on pit road under caution. Oh, Honeycutt just missed a piece of it. Jurgen's in it. Oh, it looks like Wilcox. Brendan Wilcox is in it. I mean, these are big names right here.
The good thing is they have that fast repair to go off. That, you know.
Yeah, certainly do. As Kirby Wainscott was airborne.
I wonder if we can back it up beyond this point real quick.
Take a look here for Kirby Wainscott. Oh, that was a weird way for that to move.
Can we go one more time? Just go to the 89 car and then.
Wilcox just shoots off the back end of that 89 machine there. And I mean, some big names were in that. Brendan Wilcox, Ed Jurgen. I don't know if Chantel was in it, but Leroy Coblins, Kirby Wainscott. Some big names being affected there, and having to burn that fast repair up really early. I mean, we're just about to get to that halfway point.
At the 9-minute 3-second mark in the Dallas Cowboys New York game, New York draws first blood, getting on the board with the field goal.
You say Giants got a field goal?
Yep, they're up 3-0.
10 minutes in and we have a field goal. I mean, it's not terrible, but one of my favorite things I've seen this week is Jordan Mailata. It was a soundbite from the Eagles game on Sunday, and Dallas Goedert catches a pass and runs up the sideline, and Jordan Mailata was just screaming, "Unhook the trailer!" And then Dallas was about 5 yards short of the end zone, 5-6 yards short of the end zone, and Jordan Mailata just yells, "Dallas, you slow mother blanker!" And I don't know. He was like, "I'm just kidding. I love you." And I don't know. It's just a great soundbite.
Well, I tell you what, right now we got Andrew Tufton at number 98 car. Lee Campbell making an appearance up here at the top of the field with the number 60 car. The first night out for that number 60, as he is one of those drivers that are at a new home. You've seen him in that number 14. And I just love the new faces that are coming in here. After this race here tonight, they're going to have a recruitment race at Talladega in the Nextgen, so I'm probably going to go and do that so I get ready for next week.
Yeah, certainly. And Talladega is also just a fun one to be in.
Oh, calamity can strike at any corner, at any moment.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's something about that adrenaline rush of a super speedway. Speaking of which, if you love super speedways and can't get enough of super speedways, tomorrow night, same time, same channel here on SRM, is the opener for the Super Speedway Series.
And I believe you are the voice of that series now.
Yeah, I will be the new voice of the Friday series for Racers Elite for the Super Speedway Series, and I'm looking forward to it. And then they also, I believe, have the Wheelin' Series starting this weekend as well. As Andrew Teft is going to crawl towards that restart zone, he's going to get ready to fire off, lead these guys down through turn one, and we're going to see if some of these guys who were just in that accident, if they can rebound in any way, shape, or form.
The Wayland series starts on 10/26.
Okay, so I was a little early. I knew it was going to be around this time, but
By
certainly,
about a month.
yeah, certainly going to be a fun series. Just to see a different car, and they run different, they drive different, and big slide there from the 60 machine of Lee Campbell. Went all the way down to the inside line there, and it's not every day that you get moved to that kind of line and don't hit anything. As Dave Mayberry is looking to the inside of Andrew Teft here.
Yeah, look at Matt Mettler out there on the high side running third.
We've got
And
caution
here
on
comes
the
Lee
racetrack,
Oh, man.
but I do not see a cause popping up.
Yeah, the Wayland Modified Series will be a fun one to race in. As their season kicks off on October 26th and will go all the way to January 11th.
Yeah, I want to take a peek back here. The 87 machine somewhere in here. Dwayne McMahon. There it is. I knew it didn't say either one of those guys crashed, but I saw down here it said Ed Jurgen passed, so definitely something to look for down there. Yeah, it's just one of those things. He came off the wall and hooked the 87 of Eric Dodd, and they both get in the wall there. Unfortunate break for those guys.
Definitely Dwayne McMahon. Well, tough break for Dwayne McMahon. Meanwhile, wholesale pit stops are going on right now. Brandon Honeycutt in that 13 car, he's down. Truth Hoke is down. Odie, Dodd, Colonel Kirby, Shay Cox, Dennis Kane, Dwayne McMahon, Rob Yost Jr. The list goes on.
Yeah, everyone coming down, getting full service. Andrew Tess staying out to hold on to that lead. Did keep it over under his belt while he had a hard charging Dave Mayberry trying to get it from him.
We are working caution number, I believe it's 5.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where, yeah, this caution number 5. You can see on the left side Taft, Mayberry, Metler, Campbell, and Procop Valaquet.
You're a lot closer than me.
Valaquet.
Where's the big dog Shane Lake when you need him?
Why? For the hockey reference? I think it
No,
sounds
for the
like
French.
it sounds like a hockey goalie in my opinion. Dale Procop Valaquet. Sounds like a pro hockey goalie for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I don't know why the Blue Jackets. It's got to be a Canadian team. That's simply put, like the Canadians of Montreal or Toronto or Columbus. Those are the teams I would imagine him playing goalie for. And honestly, a goalie with the number 9 would be different.
It would.
Just imagine a goalie with a massive number 9 on the back. You don't see that. That's usually like a forward number or a center number. Then you get the defensemen that have those a lot higher, like 40, 50s. Be cool to see a goalie with that big old number 9.
Well, I tell you what, the Andrew Taps would really like to see at number 98 get in the victory lane here with David Mayberry. Gonna be lining up to his inside or outside, depending on which lane Andrew Taps wants to restart in. Working lap number 62 under caution. Andrew Taps gonna go to the inside. That's gonna put David Mayberry to the outside and Mr. Matt Metler to the inside on road number 2. Oh boy.
Yeah, so I mean, Matty Met's here to run still, and I mean it's good to see him still out there. It's got to be a legendary story. He's racing during a hurricane. Says he don't care. No fear.
I mean, I commentated a race during a tornado.
That's just because you have this undying mental wish to just be with sim racing media no matter what. You could you could lose your arm and you would be still in the hospital with just like gauze wrapped around your remaining amount of your arm, calling a race.
Andrew Tuff brings the field down to the Geico Research Zone on the button, and we are back to Green Flag Racing. And, you know, to your point on that one, Jordan, I was already in the basement, so not like it wasn't in a safe space.
I mean, that's true. That is true. Being in the basement is the safest place for you for that situation. But, I mean...
Here comes the 311 of Matt Mettler making a run on the inside of Andrew Tuff. He's got the 9 of Dale. They're doing it for Dale. As Matt Mettler is going to get the lead momentarily. Here comes Andrew Tuff battling back there. It's a rewind. Oh, Matt Mettler is the meat in the sandwich right now. Matt Mettler is definitely going to think twice about it. No, he's going to go back for more. Here comes Brandon Wilcox bringing up that inside line. He's currently running in a 4th position. Andrew Tuff's going to go back out to the point. Matt Mettler going to settle down and get in the 3rd with that number 311 car.
Yeah, and I mean, a big showing from Matt Mettler here as of late, putting in some good races and good performances. And you know, someone who's rebounded too here is Brendan Wilcox and John Ross, both rebounding from that last caution. Already up to 8th for John Ross and 3rd for Brendan Wilcox, but someone that has can be seen going backwards still. It's the 92 machine of Ed Yergin, who hasn't found that get up and go like he was having there for the first portion of this race. So still struggling on his part, but Brendan Wilcox and John Ross certainly have found another gear here.
Where did Troy Thomas come from?
I mean, he comes from everywhere. I mean, he's always in the mix of some sort.
Troy Thomas in a 3 car, up 18 spots, up in the 4th position. Here comes William Skinner. I would have to say, if there's going to be a year, William Skinner would probably get the most improved driver right now, definitely in this race. Matt Mettler continues to bleed positions. He is down to 8th right now. And still 3 wide.
Oh, and just as we jump back, Mettler grabbing a side of Chantel there.
Don't take out race control on a Thursday night, because it could hurt you on Tuesday.
Certainly don't want that. Let's see if we can get back here and find where this went. We're a little too far back here. Way too far from it. Yeah, there's Chantel. Go ahead and
doesn't look to be too much damage. She's definitely going to come down pit road.
It just looks like Maddie got...
Oh,
Maddie got shoved up there. And look at that net code. Did you see that there, Alan?
That was a 29 car. It looked like grabbed the apron.
Yeah, but then look at the net code. Right here. Hold on. Right there. You see that where that bumps? Okay, dang it. I keep hitting the wrong button. I just want you to go forward. But slow.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see right here. He gets
so that's
into
when
her,
the 29
gets into
car.
her, and then watch. She's fine. She's got it. She's got it. He moves up just a bit, and look at the massive gap between them when that car shoots around. So massive amounts of net code in that situation, and that's unfortunate too, because she had that saved.
I think Matt kind of helped her save it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, she had it saved, and then all of a sudden the netcode decided to say, "Ha, no."
Gotcha.
Gotcha. I wanted to say the Dave Chappelle skit, but I can't say it. As we try to keep it pretty good word-wise, as we can be.
PG-13.
Yeah.
It's a family show. What can I say?
I try to say, I try to just keep all those words out, and sometimes I mess up. But it's one of those things that just happens. But especially when I'm saying quotes, my brain is like, yeah, just say it. It's cool. And then you say that, say those kinds of words across the air, and then you're just like, whoopsie.
Oops. Gotcha.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see now. Again, Ed Jurgen's still back here in that 23rd position here. Chantel sitting in 22nd now after the spin, and Wilcox has found himself in the 8th position. I was sitting here trying to find him, and it was like my eyes didn't want to work there for a moment. But Wilcox sitting up there in 8th, and showing that they've got a lot better of machines right now than Ed Jurgen has.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just found the funniest thing. It says Helene, 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 Helene. Don't take my roof just because you can.
I don't get it.
Dolly Parton, Jolene.
Oh. Yeah, that went over my head, buddy.
Okay.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm a country guy, but you go that far back in country and I've got to know it. I know the song. I just didn't catch on it. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
Number 9 card.
Karaoke night here on Sim Racing Media from Kansas Speedway.
You know how many more extra pieces of mail we gotta... You know how many extra forms we gotta do for karaoke night?
Extra forms? No. We're like The Voice. We let everybody sit here and sing.
Well, I don't think anybody's gonna turn their chair for me right anytime soon.
I mean, no one's turning the chair for me either, but I'm still gonna make them listen to me. And Dale has decided to say, I'm gonna make y'all listen to me, because I'm gonna enter the restart zone and go when I please as he shoots off into the distance, leaving these guys behind just a touch. Almost caught them all sleeping. Shay Cox and Dennis Kane basically side by side, letting Dale take over.
You remember how I got excited about 7 minutes ago when New York got on the board first?
They get on the board second as well. So we've got caution back out again.
Dallas decided they were going to answer with a touchdown and then a field goal.
Take a look back here. Maybe we can see something that might have gone on. Oh, there it is. The 42 machine of Leroy Koblenz. See what happened here. It's like he just got a little loose, got a little bit of a checkup, and Chantel had nowhere to go but give him a little bit of a tap in the left side, and that was all she wrote there for that. So under caution for the 7th time here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and step aside, run some ads once again. We all don't like them, but we have to watch them. on Sundays we have them here too. That's how we keep the lights running, how the lights keep us going. And we'll be back momentarily for the Racers Elite Next Gen Series here from Kansas Speedway. Back here at Kansas Speedway here for the Racers Elite Next Gen Series. And you know, we've had a number of cautions here tonight, but that does not reflect how these guys are. They're usually zero caution night kind of people, but Kansas proving to be a little bit of a struggle and getting the best of some of these guys. And you know, there's a little bit of slip and slide and new faces, different racing styles, you know, being added to the mix. But these guys are a classy group of people, and I'm excited for the rest of this season. And as Alan has said before, we are headed off to Talladega next week, and then the following week we will be in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Roval. And the Roval is a treacherous road track. It's, you know, especially on those restarts, you go flying through that little bit of a dog leg there and have to blow it up really quickly for that hard left turn and watch it shoot around. And, you know, you got a massive group of people trying to go through a barely one-car lane. So that pace car is going to come... Oh. That pace car is going to turn hard left off of the racing surface, hand it back over to Dale once again. He's going to leave these guys all the way to the restart box. He's going to fire off. Shea getting a better run off than he did the following time, but still Dale able to surge ahead.
Here we go. Green flag is out. Dale, Prokop, Villequay. Up 15 spots. Shea Cox running in that 7 car. He's running second. Brendan Honeycutt, Meyer back there in third. And don't look now, kids, but here comes Diego Rodriguez running in 4th position just behind Brandon Honeycutt there from Elizabethton, Tennessee. Here we go. We are getting cranked up to crazy work at lap number 77 of 105. Just under 40 to go.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see because Dale has not been on pit road since lap 47, so he's been out here for 30 laps on this run. We have had a couple of cautions, so he's going to have to come back down. Some of these other guys are going to be able to run out a little bit later, most of them all being down lap 68 and a couple guys down 59 and 61. So, as we sit right now, the only guy that I believe could even come close to making it would be the 42 of Leroy Koblenz, who came down lap 73, as well as Dwayne McMahon, who came down lap 73 as well. So those two might be good to go for this remainder of this race. It's just going to be interesting to see what some of these other guys can pull off.
Absolutely, working lap number 79 of 105 here. Dale doing Dale type things. And Shea Cox right there in that number 7 car, still leading, or still in running second. Here, Brandon Honeycutt running third. Richard Odie, where did Richard come from? as he is mired back there in that fourth position right now.
Yeah, Richard Odie, one of the guys that's up a good bit of spots here. Not quite as much as Shay Cox, but certainly up 17 positions. And I mean, that's a big feat. And I mean, it's not like, he's off sequence. I mean, he last pitted lap 61. These guys behind him are lap 68. So I mean, it's not anything crazy. He's still hanging out up here. So he's found his way through and worked with people to get himself up. John Ross finds himself up to that 4th place spot. Brendan Wilcox still sitting around 7th or 8th as we got caution on the track. And not seeing what it could be just yet. Take a peek here. I see David Mayberry's name came up, and he's in the wall. That's post-wreck. Truth Hoke gets hooked there.
Oh no! Truth Hoke.
Yeah, Truth Hoke gets hooked there and sent around. That's just unfortunate there. And that Mayberry nowhere to go and absolutely obliterates the side of his car. See what happened to the 83 machine here of Rob Yost. See if we can see what possibly went wrong for him. Oh, and it just looks like Hope pushed himself in there, expecting Yost to be on that white line, and gets hooked by the 83 there. So. Not what you want to see happen at all.
Absolutely not. That's tough break for Truth Hoke, as he was having a good run all night long. As he's going to definitely go in and get that fast repair and get that taken care of so he can stay on the lead lap, as we got wholesale pit stops happening right now.
Yeah, Honeycutt's down. Wilcox is down. Kane, Jurgen, Mettler. I mean, literally the whole field except for a handful of guys like John Ross and Shay Cox stay out. And now that changes a lot of things, because these guys only have to go 23-ish laps from right now. That's not even green flag, all green flag laps. That's just right now as we sit. They only need to go 23 laps to the end here.
Yeah, right now, Shay Cox at the top of the pile, along with John Ross and Diego Rodriguez. That would be your podium to race for it in right now. But unfortunately, unlike the real world NASCAR, we don't have rain delays, we don't have weather events. And once again, I want to give all our thoughts and prayers to the residents of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, as the hurricane's definitely going to bear down. Talking to Truth and Troy Thomas before the race started tonight, and Jordan, they're looking at over 18 inches of rain tonight.
18 inches of rain is no joke, and I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but in some places it can certainly build up, and that's essentially what happened with my home. Was we got the same kind of amount of rain. It's just where our home was, the storm drains behind our house could not keep up, and that's what caused our house to flood. My basement to the second floor was all flooded. And speaking of flooded, these these guys up front are going to be flooded with fast guys behind them on fresh tires as Shay Cox gets a massive jump, leaving John Ross kind of waiting there and catching him off guard.
Here comes Shay Cox riding that outside line. Here comes John Ross, though. He's going to be on the inside line. He's going to get back in line. Richard Odie right there in the third position. There is Diego Rodriguez riding in fourth. And Troy Thomas back there in that fifth position, up 17 spots. Andrew Tapp still riding in. He'll round out that top 6. But right now, it's going to be all Shay Cox all the time.
Looks like we have yellow flag once again here. It looks like I see a couple different guys here. Rob Yost Jr.'s name pops up, but again, no crash notifications. So we're going to have to play musical chairs here to see what happened.
Play investigator.
Da-na-na-na. And there it is. Dennis Kane gets hooked by the 8 of William Skinner. Rob Yost decided to go incognito and vanish completely. So we'll go back and take a peek at this. Yeah, it's just one of those things where wasn't really able to, you know, Kane came off the wall just a touch. We'll go back up here and look from the roof cam and just kind of see what happens fully here. As you see, Skinner's going to go to the inside as he sees an opportunity to split these guys. Drifts up just a touch and, you know, Kane has nowhere to go. I mean, he can't go up more. I mean, he'll be in the wall. So just no space for 2 cars. And that's going to leave Dennis Kane sliding through the infield here. As it looks like it wanted to go back onto Rob Yost. Rob Yost has vanished into thin air.
He went to DQ land.
Oh, he went to DQ land.
I don't know.
Oh, I was like, wow. I don't have the incident limits showing on here, but if he went to DQ land, that's horrible. That hurts. So Shay Cox still holding on to that lead, but John Ross is certainly surging, trying to get around him, and Richard Odie putting in an amazing performance here too, sitting in that 3rd place position, up 18 spots from where he started. Troy Thomas and Diego Rodriguez right behind that. Troy Thomas in 5th with, you know, up 17 positions. And, I mean, it's just been an amazing run here for these guys.
Absolutely. Shay Cox, you know, what a run he's had, you know, a regular in the lower series. Decides he's going to take a crack at this Nextgen series, and look, here he is. Leading this race with, well, just under, 30 to go?
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting just under 20 to go. We're going to 105. We're on lap 87, coming to start lap 88 this time by. And so, I mean, it's getting shorter and shorter of a run there to the end here.
Tomorrow night, right here on Sim Racing Media, the trucks with the Super Speedway Series take to Talladega. Same bat time, same bat channel. Jordan Brockel and company bringing all the action tomorrow here on Sim Racing Media. Sure to tune into that. And then Sunday night with Matt Mettler and Dave Regal as they bring you the full-length Kansas race from Kansas with the SNN Stacy Strong Cup Series. I'm excited for that one. I love watching that. That's a good series. As a driver, as you see, Diego Rodriguez runs in that series, so you can check him out.
It's always great to see these guys, you know, that we cover run in several different leagues. It's just fun in general to be able to see it and, you know, kind of build up a love for each and every guy. Like we do, you know, the Chase Elliott's and the Ryan Blaney's each and every week. That pace car is going to make that hard left turn. Going to hand over to Shay Cox once again. We want to see if he can maintain this lead on John Ross. John Ross and him bumping side by side as they fire off together. John Ross was not playing nice whatsoever here.
Definitely not giving it an inch. Here comes John Ross doing John Ross things on the inside. He's going to slide up in front of that 7 car. We got a new leader.
Yeah, same guy that started on the pole here, reclaiming his top spot that he had here at the beginning. And I mean, it hasn't been easy by any chance whatsoever, but he is certainly fighting here to keep this lead, because Shay Cox is actually all over the back of him here, but not able to keep it and make it stick.
John Ross doing John Ross things. Richard Odie trying to hold off Diego Rodriguez. Diego Rodriguez putting on the hairnet, getting ready to serve Richard Odie lunch. But here comes the 3 car on the inside. Troy Thomas is bringing Andrew Temple right along with him.
Yeah, so we have 14 to go here. John Ross just set fastest time of the race. Shay Cox just ran his fastest time of the race. And, I mean, it's insane to see that, you know, Shay Cox hasn't been down on pit road since lap 59 and making it work. 14 laps to go. You know, it's one of those things, does he have enough to get there? You know, it's going to be interesting to see here towards the end what's actually going to transpire.
I've seen a lot of different things come out of this series. I've seen drivers turn their cars off. I've seen drivers hit the clutch. I've seen drivers, you know, do a number of things. As we were working 13 laps to go, John Ross with the fastest lap of the race, the 30.79. And Shay Cox is matching him step for step.
Yeah, and I mean, not really letting him get too far out, and certainly putting in the effort to get back to him.
Shay Cox up 21 spots. John Ross started on the pole. Can John Ross hold off Shay Cox as we got 11 to go at the line this time by?
Yeah, and I mean, John Ross does have fresher stuff by almost 10 laps, but the thing is we've had all these cautions.
Oh,
It looks like there's yellow flag on the track. Not entirely sure. It looks like, I don't see anyone dropping. I see Dwayne McMahon's name dropping. Go ahead and take a simple little peek back there. He's not on the track anymore. See if we see anything up ahead of him. And there it is, right there. The 41 machine. Oh, and then he gets hooked by Jurgen here towards the end of this. And the hit so hard it sent him out of the session.
That's a tough break.
Yeah, he was clear of it and then still ended up hooked in around. Yeah, see, look, he just misses. Wow. Campbell, Hoke. Oh, the 87 machine in it again. Eric Dodd. But I want to go back and be on Dwayne McMahon and just watch how close this is. See the 41 come up, just narrowly misses it. He goes to the inside and collects Jurgen. So he was clear by a lot and was good. And just merges in and connects with Jurgen, and that takes him out completely, as we've only got 9 laps to go here from Kansas Speedway, and honestly it's going to be even less once we do go green, and that's when things are going to pick up and go crazy, and we're not going to really I think we'll see a couple more here as we get closer to that that final lap. I think we're going to have one more, get a green white checkered, and then go from there.
I'll take you up on that.
And it's not to do anything with these guys and their skill. It's just one of those things where we've got a bunch of guys. You always want to lead off the series with a win, so you gotta kind of just go for it.
Well, now we're gonna see a lot of these drivers try to fake out their, other drivers, get them to come down pit road, lose that track position. As I will not be receiving any angry texts from Dave Regal tonight, as well. I don't know if you ever got an angry text from Dave Regal, but that's not a fun text to get.
No, I don't make Dave angry, so.
I don't make him angry, I just make him short circuit.
Feel like that's the same thing, bud, and you're in denial.
So there's only 2 people that Dave Regal will ever do that to. One is myself. The other one is Alexander Gangler. We stay out for reasons unknown. And it irks Dave to no end. But I've gotten better about it. That's my goal for season 5, is to not make Dave short circuit, and
well, I mean,
to get an angry text.
You're on a good path right now by not racing.
Until next week.
Yeah, as soon as you get in the car next week at Talladega, he's gonna have the massive short circuit and not know what to really do, and lose his mind just a touch.
I'd like to say he's gonna call my name Victory Lane, but so if that happens, you might have to pick him up off the floor.
I'll just drive up to Pennsylvania and grab him and
you might have
shake
to.
him.
You might have to.
I mean, dealing with you is not an easy job. I mean,
And then,
at
my
least,
wife would probably agree.
100%. I mean, it's not an easy job, and we pray for her every night, even though we love you.
But nonetheless, here we are. Lap number 98, just a handful of laps to go. John Ross doing John Ross things. Shay Cox getting it done there in second position. And like Jordan alluded to, came in last lap on lap 659.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a long way to go. I mean, almost going to be 50 laps since he saw pit road. But certainly, John Ross is going to have control here this time around. And he's going to fire off, and he's going to bring Richard Odie up to that matching sideline of Shay Cox. As we're going to go back green with 6 to go here. Just basically a double green-white checkered.
6 laps to go. John Ross doing John Ross things. The field's getting bunched up. Where did Matt Mettler come from? As Matt Mettler is...
Speaking of that, where did Brandon Honeycutt come from? Down to the inside. Shay Cox and Richard Odie going to get into it a little bit. But Brandon Honeycutt shooting the bottom lane there, going flying by. And you know what? He was just last down on lap 82. So if this stays green, I think he has the stuff to catch John Ross and get by him.
Right now, Brendan Honeycutt's running second. Metler running seventh. Shay Cox might have used up all his stuff, but he's hanging there with Brendan Honeycutt. Four laps to go.
Yeah, you got fresh tires versus old tires, cycled tires versus new tires, and I mean, yeah, he's still been out here on them for about 20 or so laps, but a lot of those laps have been under caution, so he has a chance here, but it's not, John Ross is not going to make it easy because John Ross has proven that he is still fast.
Here comes Brendan Honeycutt using that draft, using every bit of that racetrack. 3 laps to go. Then the sands of the hourglass are starting to run out for Brandon Honeycutt. 3 laps to go. 2.5 to go now. Here comes Shay Cox trying to mount another comeback. And these guys are just spread out. They're running almost the same lap time, Jordan.
Yes, certainly, and not making it easy on each other. I mean, they're all right there with it. I mean, Shay Cox fastest with a 30.91. John Ross second fastest, 30.92. And Honeycutt with a 30.93 as Shay Cox goes 30.83 to a 30.86 of Honeycutt. And John Ross falls to a 30.90 as we've got 2 laps to go here. And we're amped up. And I mean, he's running out of time. I mean, he's going to have essentially 1 lap to get to John Ross, and I don't think that's enough time. I think you can get to him, but you can't get by him.
White flag is out. We're racing back to checkered. John Ross, here comes Brendan Honeycutt trying to make the run. He's almost to his back bumper. He's got to get there. He's got to go right now.
Yeah, he's going to have one more. He's going to have one more shot here as he goes down the backstretch. Going to go into turns 3 and 4. Going to dive it in there. Going to make a run. Doesn't look like he's going to get there. John Ross is going to come out of turns 3 and 4. Going to keep the lead and win here at Kansas Speedway for the Season 5 opener for the Racers Elite Next Gen Cup Series. And man, I think if Honeycutt had a lap or 2 more, he would have been there.
Brandon
all he
Honeycutt
needed.
finishes second.
All he needed was a lap or 2 more, and he would have been there. And that's just
John
one of those
Ross.
things that absolutely breaks your heart. And Brandon Honeycutt's been that guy. He's been trying and trying and trying to get there to that win. And it's just, it eludes him at points in his race, and it's just crazy. So we're going to go ahead and take a peek here for John Ross. We're going to go ahead and bring him up. Get a conversation with him as he gets ready to burn it down. And now we're with John Ross. John Ross, it's the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
I've got you.
Hey, man, we just had a conversation with you not too long ago at the start of this thing, and you find yourself right here again with us as the winner of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race. We had a good first stint, and then we got caught by that caution when we went in and pit. So we had to kind of battle our way back, and I knew really on that last stint, I was watching Honeycutt's tires because I think he went in at like 89. And so I think he was about 20 laps fresher tires than I was. So I guess my goal there was just to get a good enough jump and just to try to stay out front and hold him off as long as I could. I think another lap or 2 and I'd probably be in second.
Yeah, and I mean, there for a while, I mean, you were in the back and you were getting kind of bumped around and used as a bumper car there, and
yeah.
You had to really work to get back up to the front, but I mean, you made it work. And I mean, how did you keep your mind straight? I mean, even after being in a couple incidents.
I think ultimately, especially at Kansas, because it's really tough. I mean, right when you fire off, if you have cool tires, the bottom lane is pretty strong, and then after about the second lap and the draft starts kicking in, it's really you can get steamrolled if the top line is running. So I just tried to select which times I pass people, and so if I was going into 3, I tried to really dive down in 3 and get a run. You almost had to do a slider line in 3 and 4 to get by anybody, but it was just kind of staying patient and picking my positions. A lot of guys went in. I think about that 4th or 5th caution they went in, and I think I picked up 6 positions, and then it was just kind of picking my spots one by one.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the time when you were out there in that first couple of restarts, you would go from that top line to that inside line in 1 and 2, and then kind of float in the middle down to the bottom in 3 and 4. So, I mean, you had the place figured out. It was just then getting through all that traffic again, and then you're at a point where it seems that you're going to be able to hang on and hold off Shay Cox and everything, and then you get that last bit of caution, and then here comes Brandon Honeycutt from absolutely nowhere there at the end. But certainly a great performance on your part. Look forward to seeing you the rest of this season without a doubt. And before we send you on your way to celebrate this win, is there anybody you need to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And always, when I do these interviews, I certainly want to thank the broadcasters because you guys do a fantastic job. I'll go back and watch, and I like watching these when I when I go back and look at it and see how crazy and wild it was, because you don't get to see all the cautions, So thank you guys, and I want to thank Andrew for putting the league on. And of course, this is our first race, so really happy to come out with a good, solid finish. And want to thank my teammate Leroy. Leroy was in the 42 car tonight, and he got bounced around a little bit too, but we certainly appreciate everything he does and getting in chat with me. And last but not least, I want to thank Sim Motion. It's on the side of the car. If you need anything sim related, just go to Sim Motion. If you use code 802, you get 5% off of anything that you buy. So we certainly appreciate it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
All right, brother. Well, congrats again on tonight's performance, and we'll catch you on the next one, brother.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and now we'll try to get a word here with our number 2. I do not see Honeycutt, so we're actually going to go ahead and go to our number 3 driver of the night, Shay Cox. I believe you're with Alan.
Hey, it's Alan in the booth. How's it going, bud?
Good. How are you guys?
Hey, look, you are what's good right now, as you ran 59 laps without going into pits. And what did the car feel like after that run?
Honestly, the car actually held together really well up until about 92 or 93 or so. All the cautions going on, that really helped me with tires and whatnot. I knew that I would be good on fuel. The last stop that I had made, I just went ahead and put full fuel in, so I knew I'd be good there. But the cautions really help with the tires.
Yeah, so take us to the right. Here you are with 10 to go, and you see John Ross just coming towards you. What do you? What more could you needed to maybe? Would you do that strategy all over again if given a chance?
Probably. Just because it was go big or go home, and unfortunately, I have the bad habit of that. Sometimes it pays off, a lot of times it doesn't. But no, I would definitely do it all over again. The one thing I had, the first restart we had when I was in the lead and John was in second, and I had just an absolutely rocket of a restart right there. I was hoping for that again, and that could have bought me some time, maybe till the end. But like I said, it was a gamble.
Well, look, man, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd like to think that helped get you here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, broadcasters, all you guys with Sim Racing Media, you guys do a fantastic job. Obviously, Andrew putting the league together to begin with. Kansas City Pioneers for sponsoring the car and whatnot, and working with me to help me get better each week. And lastly, my soon-to-be fiance Ellie. She's amazing in every which way possible and supports me doing this. So, yeah.
Hey, look, I'm one of those guys. And I thank my wife every day. But, there's 3 rings when you get there's 3 rings you got now, right? The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and then the suffering.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'm hoping I can hold off the suffering a lot longer than I hold off John tonight, but we'll see.
Hey, but nonetheless, congratulations on your future engagement, and make sure you keep her happy every once in a while, and you'll be able to keep doing this.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Don't forget date night.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, we'll get you out of here. Congratulations on that podium spot tonight, and go celebrate with your team.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, and since he's here, and we didn't get our interview with Brandon Honeycutt, Matt Metler, you got me.
Loud and clear, boss. What's going on, man?
Hey, so I mean, you put in a heck of an effort tonight.
Man, I'll tell you what. First and foremost, I got to thank Andrew Teth for all the hard work for putting all these leagues together, and a very close second. Man, I got to thank Beast Mode Performance. Chris Davis was the reason I was able to do that on the racetrack. He is just so good and a great mentor, and he was having me do things I never would have thought to do out there. And my God, once we got it figured out, I mean, we were coming there at the end. Wish we had some more time, but man, that was a fun run. We almost got wrecked a time or two out there. Someone was playing ping pong with us, and at one point in time or the other. And but other than that, it was just a really good, hard fought trench warfare racing out there, and so thankful to come home with a P6. Man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then next week you got to do it all over again with the other man in this booth, and try to keep him out of trouble for Talladega. But you, I, and Dave all know that we're quick to short circuit on him.
Well, myself included.
So,
but
I told Jordan, I said there's only 2 people that Dave will call or text angrily while they're on the racetrack. One of them is Alexander Gangler.
Yes.
The other one is me.
This is true. I've been up in the booth. We're off air. Texting Alan now, send, and I hear the violence of his phone responding to when he hits the send, even though it's a touchscreen.
You just hear the and you're like, oh.
I've gotten the all caps and exclamation point saying pit now.
Pretty much. And but that's Dave Regal. It's a lot like being in the booth with Tony. You never know what to expect, and as the number 2, you're kind of just holding on for the ride and trying to keep up. It's a different kind of race up here in the booth, but it's still a race, trust me.
It's certainly a race, and while we wrap things up here for this race, we'll go ahead and go through these race results here. John Ross gonna come away your winner here. Started on the pole, stayed up there at the end of this thing. Brandon Honeycutt's gonna come second. Shay Cox third. Dale the goalie, Procop Valaquay. Still trying to figure that one out. We'll get with him and figure out that. But I'm just gonna say he's a NHL goalie, and we'll just call him Dale for now. Richard Odie comes fifth. Our own Matt Metler going to come sixth. Ed Jurgen rebounds all the way up to seventh. Diego Rodriguez eighth. Brendan Wilcox ninth. William Skinner 10th. Paul Shaw and Chantel Pottle going to come 11th and 12th. Lee Campbell and Andrew Teff going to be 13th and 14th. Dennis Kane going to round out the top 15. Trey Thomas going to come 16th. Eric Dodd 17th. Kirby the Colonel Wayne Scott going to come 18th. And then we're going to have Leroy Coblentz going to come 19th. Aaron Marquis going to round out the top 20. Dwayne McMahon, Truth Hoke, Rob Yost, Dave Mayberry, and Robert Tester going to round out the top 25. And our first man winning the race to the beer stand is going to be Nicholas Falsetta in 26th place. And, it was a great race. A little bit of a struggle here and there with the cautions, but all in all, it was a great race to watch these guys here tonight.
Absolutely. Don't forget tomorrow night, Trucks Talladega. Sunday night, Matt Mettler, Dave Regal will be on Sunday Night NASCAR with the SNN Stacey Stone Cup Series. Monday night, Dave Regal will come back with the Monday Night NASCAR Xfinity Series, where I will try to make the field, and Matt Mettler, I believe, will try to make the field also. Tuesday night, we have 2 great shows for you. Actually 3, with Tuesday Night NASCAR with Dave Regal. You and Colin McDonough will bring everybody the Racers Elite Truck Series. That's a fun series. I encourage you guys to watch that. And everybody out there on YouTube, show Jordan and Colin some love, as Jordan is now the voice of Tuesday Night Racers Elite Truck Series. And then Liam and Mike Damoni come back with WSRL on Tuesday night as the nightcap.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night being on that Super Speedway Series, changing different cars each and every week and changing tracks. Dega, Atlanta, New Atlanta, and Daytona. It's going to be a super fun thing. And with all that being said, you got anything else there, Matt or Alan?
Nah, that was a great race. You guys put on a heck of a call up top, and man, I just wanted a little more laps up there, but that's why I look forward to next week. And make sure you guys tune in, support the cause, and remember, SRM, 6 nights of high racing, high flying, high octane racing action. So make sure you smash the like button and ring the bell. And thanks for letting me jump up here with you real quick, you guys. I'll go ahead and get out of here and let you close this thing out.
We appreciate you spending a little time with us. But, that's going to wrap things up here for us tonight. And, there's just one thing to say left is you walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic.